Hello, Angela Freebird here. Welcome to my YouTube channel. We're going to dive into just a little bit about what this channel is about and my work in the world, my mission. It starts with a question. The question is, why don't we do the things we say we want to do? That is the governing question of me and my quest, the quest of the last 30 years. I've been a personal trainer since my late 20s, and it has been one of the great joys of my life to work people out, help people reach their goals. And that has set up this quest of why don't we do what we say we want to do? Because what happened was I was training people, coming in, getting people stronger, talking about their goals. And there was this, for a lot of people, this disconnect between I want to do all these things and be really healthy and do all these things. And yet we would end up on the couch with wine and ice cream. And it would be like, wait, what? Why? What's happening? So I started diving into what in the world is making this happen? What is going on? And the next step in that journey was for me to get into 12-step. Lots and lots of great tools in 12-step. I qualified for all the A's, the Alcoholics Anonymous, the Overeaters Anonymous, the codependency, especially. And once I took those things out for a while, oh my goodness, the workaholic. Oh dear. Like, worthiness is only if you produce, if you do all these things. And I'm watching. And of course, with my practice now, I bring in those kinds of people like, it's got to be more, got to do better. I must be doing something wrong if I'm not hitting all of my goals like this. So it was helpful, but then I needed to go further. And that led me to eating psychology coaching. Mark David, brilliant guy, did a year-long program with him. His lens is, yes, it's important what you eat, for sure, but who you are as you're eating it, what you're bringing in, what physiology, what state are you in? Is your nervous system in a state of relaxation and rest and digest, or are you in the stress response? Oh my God, I can't eat this. I need to eat that. I should eat more of this. It's just started opening my mind to there's so much more to this than just eating this amount of macros and all the other things. Like who we are as eaters. What a powerful statement. The next part of the quest was habit books, how we make changes. Of course, manifesting came in, new age ideas. And that is super helpful. Like tuning into the frequency of gratitude is a very great tool. Being able to like imagine what you want your life to look like, great tools. And the loss of agency that can come with that is not helpful. Ignoring or not being able to recognize that anger or jealousy or envy or sadness are all important emotions to be recognized, to be digested, as opposed to just like, I'm not going to do that. New age thinking is great, and it also has some pretty serious, like, unhelpful bits. If you're wired like me, and like a lot of my clients, it can just get turned inward. This isn't coming in, so I must be doing something wrong. That is unhelpful at best. It makes you feel terrible at worst, or worse than that. Yeah, I got a lot to say about that. We'll get into that another time. Then I got into somatic experiencing trauma therapy, and that was a game changer. Oh my gosh. We're talking about like internal somatically based stop signs that are like you no matter how much your brain says I want this, if there's something inside of you, some unresolved trauma that's saying you can't have that because your people don't have it, your parents don't have it, who do you think you are? All those kinds of things can be literally in the issues in the tissues, so they say. So that was 12 years of that. Becoming a somatic experiencing trauma therapist has been really, really helpful for unwinding and getting permission to be who you want to be. And then 6 years ago, I found the map, astrology. I've always dabbled. I've always loved it. And I became an astrologer 6 years ago. And I was like, oh, wow. Wow. This explains so much. Wow. This is how I'm wired like this, but I keep trying to do what everyone else tells me to do, which is this. no wonder I'm falling down all the time. No wonder I'm like trying harder and it's almost making it worse. So that has been one of the most powerful change agents for me personally and my clients. Oh my gosh, astrology, it's the map. So here in this channel, I'm going to talk about putting it all together. And the bottom line is helping you learn about your operating system and then how to run it. Okay. It's amazing. Here's my big why, the big why of all of this. What works beautifully for one person may fail completely for another. So most of the people that I work with have started working with me. They're like, I've tried this. I keep trying to do this. It's not working. We pull up their chart. We start talking about it. We do a little bit of deep diving into what's happening inside with the trauma. And then all of a sudden they're like, oh, that's how everybody else does it. But I do it like this. Oh, my archetypal nature. Oh. And it's magic. Yeah. So that's what we're going to talk about on this channel. I'm going to give you just the quick, here's how we work. Identifying your strengths. Again, your chart is massively helpful for this. Supporting your liabilities. And by the way, we all have liabilities. There is a shadow. The bigger you are in your light, the bigger the shadow. Pretending you don't have one or pretending that you're not going to go into that other side is ridiculous. It doesn't help. So we want to support the liabilities, not pretend you don't have them, not act like you're going to dissolve them, but here's where you're going to fall into shadow. How can we help you when you do get back on track? Yes. And then the third part of the astrology, which is super helpful, is navigating the landscape. There, as you know, because you're a human and you're paying attention and you've made it this far in the video, as you know, there are certain times in life that are harder than others. And you're like, wait a minute, what used to work isn't working anymore. And the transits, the way the planets are moving in the sky and how they're speaking to where the planets were when you were born, is one way to help explain this is where you're being asked to grow. Here's some of the questions you're going to face. What would you like to do with it? How can we support you in making better decisions because you have more information? And I especially feel like that's important when it comes to limits and when it comes to transformations, because there are times in life where we are being asked to say no, prune, accept some limitations, saying hard no's to things that are pretty good so we can say yes to what we really want. That's Saturn work. It's really important. Saturn has a terrible reputation, but Saturn is the planet of like actually bringing things into form. That has to do with limits. And then there's transformations, and that has to do with Pluto. And that is, I used to be like this. I'm becoming this. And right here between where I used to be and where I'm becoming is a huge, messy underworld middle. And that's the part where we are going to hang and talk about things. And that's the part that people skip. It's like, I'm here and then I fell down and then I was here, dun, 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 and wouldn't that be great? But there's this huge messy middle. And that's the part that I specialize in because I've had many transformations in my own life. And it takes a minute or a year sometimes. And it's helpful to understand that you're not doing something wrong, that it's taking that long. So welcome to the garden. Welcome to the Primal Hummingbird Garden, where astrology becomes actionable. Now, I've got free stuff for you. My website is angelafreebird.com. I've got everything linked. And one of my favorite offerings that is free is I have a WhatsApp text list, comes right to your phone, where I send out a few days a week the weather report. And it can start to be like, it can make astrology and what's happening become more personal. I'm going to keep this super short, but I have a real thing about pop astrology where all the Leos do this or all the Aquarius need to do that. Like, no, that's not how it works. There's a whole beautiful, very unique map to you. So if you start to understand, and we can get you a picture of your natal chart, I have a PDF booklet that you can start to learn this stuff if you want. You can do one-on-ones with me and we can help dive in. And then you've got this free text list where it's just like, okay, hey, Saturn just stationed, so here's some ideas around working with that. Or hey, the Sun and Jupiter just came together. Here's some ideas about working with that, or any of those things. And it's full of practical ideas. So That's free. Hit subscribe. You can check out what's coming around on this channel. Thank you so much for watching. I'm very excited to be here. I don't know if you can tell, but I really, really love this. And yeah, I'll see you in the garden.